Hello Muggles and welcome back to my Harry Potter Kitchen, the YouTube series where I am baking my way through the Harry Potter books and making recipes for all the fun food and drink featured inside. If you missed last week's recipe for our homemade mint humbugs, then check out the link down below in the description to catch up. But it's a new Magic Monday, so let's see what recipe we've got today. If you're new to my Harry Potter Kitchen and you like the series, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so you get an alert every week when there is a brand new recipe. Speaking of new recipes, let's get into the book. Okay, so Hagrid and Harry are now racing across the sea while Hagrid brings him up to speed about Gringotts, where his fortune is, so he can buy all his things for school. Speaking of which, he's finally got his letter, so he's reading through all the fun things that he needs to get for his first day, wondering where on earth he's going to get all that stuff from in London, and Hagrid has just taken him to the Leaky Cauldron, and I think I can see our next recipe. For a famous place, it was very dark and shabby. A few old women were sitting in a corner drinking tiny glasses of sherry. Looks like we're going back to the bar. For this recipe, you will need 50 milliliters of sherry, 30 milliliters of ginger syrup, which I've made with half a cup of sugar, half a cup of water, and 50 grams of ginger, half a tablespoon of kirsch, prosecco, 1 lime, and some ginger to garnish. Now, when I first read that they were drinking sherry, I did actually look into how I could make my own sherry at home and quickly found out that it takes 2 to 3 years, which, although I'm quite organised, I'm not that organised for this series, so we haven't thought that far ahead yet. But leave a comment down below if you want me to brew up some sherry and I'll get started and bring that video to you in 2022. Scary stuff. Anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to do a sherry cocktail, so you'll have to go to the shop and buy some sherry, but I'll show you how you can spice it up a little. To begin, we're going to start by making our ginger syrup by roughly slicing some stem ginger. For this, we want to get fresh ginger rather than the dried or jarred variety. Grab yourself a saucepan on a medium heat and add in your sugar and then your water. Stir this through until it's dissolved and then slide in your ginger. Gently bring the mixture up to a simmer, and just as it starts to boil, give it one final stir and then remove it from the heat. You want to leave this with the ginger inside so it can infuse while it cools down. As the syrup cools, it will begin to thicken up, so don't worry if it's thin when you take it off the heat. Allow it to thicken and then pour it through a sieve to remove the ginger. Don't throw this away though, we're going to add the ginger back into our bottle later just to give it an extra kick of flavour. Once it's in a jug, it's nice and easy to pour into a bottle, and as I mentioned, I like to drop a few pieces of our ginger in just to help it infuse while you keep your syrups in the fridge. Place the nozzle on top and then set it to one side. Now here in the UK, sherry is typically drunk around Christmas time, and it's got all those lovely warming flavours that you definitely need at winter, but I wanted to give it a little bit of a twist so we can enjoy it all year round. So this Sherry Spritz is going to have prosecco in, which is going to give it a nice light edge, and we're also going to put in the ginger syrup to give it a summery kick. Before making your drink, you want to pop your glasses into the freezer. While that's chilling, you can prepare your garnish by slicing some ginger into thin strips and slicing out some wedges of your lime. You'll know your glass is ready to go when you take it out of the freezer and it begins to frost up as it hits room temperature. To begin, we're going to pour our sherry into the glass first. Next, you want to add in some kirsch, which is a cherry liqueur, and then add in your ginger syrup. Fill your glass halfway with some ice and then give it a good stir. Once it's nice and combined, you want to top up your glass with some more ice. Next, we're going to pop open a fresh bottle of prosecco and then fill our glass to the brim. All that's left to do is squeeze a slice of lime over the top and garnish with another piece of lime and your ginger slices. And it's as simple as that. It might not be Christmas, but this Sherry Spritz is definitely a drink you're going to want to enjoy all year round. Cheers. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this week's cocktail recipe, and even if you don't like sherry, I definitely recommend you give it a go because it tastes so good. It might just change your mind. That is all for this week's video, but if you want to see more, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, click on the notification bell so you get an alert when there is a brand new video, and I will see you